Welcome to the summer 2025 open house. Today we have Miss Savannah here who will be sharing wonderful information about our ABA program. So Savannah, I will hand it over to you.
Thanks, Sunny. So today we're of course going to get started talking about our open house. This is a great topic we can talk for new students, prospective students, and also anyone who's already in our program and wants to learn more. So, Dr. Kim, if you'd like to introduce yourself.
Funny thing, I actually started with teaching the BCBA courses several years ago, and here we are. We've expanded. We not only offer just the BCBA program, but we offer so many other options in the field of applied behavior analysis. I received my PhD in education actually at UC Santa Barbara in 2014. And that same year, I became a board certified behavior analyst. And what I love about this field is it's actually very applicable. I see ABA in my everyday life. I actually use it with my daughter, I use it with my husband, with my friends, with myself. So it's such a versatile, I think, science. So I just love the science, and I'm so excited that you might be thinking of pursuing a career in this field, or maybe you are in one of our programs and you want to learn about other programs or other options that we offer.
Wonderful. My name is Savannah Groth. I am also an instructor at UC Santa Barbara. I am also a former Gaucho graduate. That's where I got my bachelor's degree. I pursued my master's afterwards in teaching with an emphasis in applied behavior analysis. And I've worked in a variety of different settings in Los Angeles. I really also like how ABA can be applicable in many settings. And one thing I like to remind my students is that ABA is not a one-size-fits-all approach. And as a career, you can really take a lot of different pathways. So I've worked in home, school, clinic, I've done telehealth, and even quality assurance roles. So you can really kind of jump around and do a lot of different things in addition to, of course, teaching. I really love to teach. I think this is my favorite thing that I've done with ABA. I really love meeting students and people from all over the world and helping to advance our career and advance our science as a field. So here we're going to get started with a video and intro just kind of about our program.
We have a really fantastic applied behavior analysis program here at UCSB. We have some great benefits to the course. We have a very affordable program because our program is all online, which is really helpful. We do have frequent discounts for students who are interested in our program. You have direct contact with your instructors and you can arrange office hours at your leisure. The one-on-one supervision. We're able to offer supervision hours at an asynchronous level, which can be really helpful if you don't have a lot of BCBAs in your area. In the world of applied behavior analysis, it does require that you receive practicum hours in addition to the coursework that you're completing. And so it's a perfect balance for anyone who has a job, family, or other responsibilities, who's trying to pick up their BCBA or BCABA on the way to doing something different. We have a lot of different BCBA exam prep courses available through our university. We are here to help support and help you achieve your goal of becoming a future behavior analyst. Sign up. We look forward to having you take some of our classes. I'd love to be your instructor. Hope to see you there. Thank you.
So that's just a few of our instructors in our program. We've been able to
We have a
really gather a great number of instructors here with varied backgrounds in different locations because we're all virtual instructors, which is really nice. If you ever have questions, it's really helpful to talk to all your instructors and see what they have done with their career as well. So if you are new to the field, if ABA is new for you, if you're a parent, if you know someone on the autism spectrum, or for some reason have started getting into ABA but haven't gotten a job here yet, I would suggest starting with a training course. So you have a variety of different courses. We are adding to them all the time. These are totally self-paced, online asynchronous classes, typically 40-hour training courses that you can take any quarter, anytime. These are short and sweet. You can get an idea of what types of things are going on in our field, and these are our industry-specific areas.
I will say, Savannah, so we're very excited because this is like a brand new thing we're launching. So if you actually take edX 310C, D, E, and F, so the last four courses, if you take those together, you actually then will be able to earn a professional certificate in NDBI. NDBI think for naturalistic developmental behavioral intervention. So NDBI is, you can think of it as a merger between the science of applied behavior analysis and developmental psychology. So if those two fields got married, they would have NDBI as their child. And so we are the only university at this point offering a professional certificate in NDBI. And if that's something you're interested in, please reach out to me, or you could register for the very first course, which is edX 310C, and then do D, E, and F, and then you will get an official professional certificate in NDBI.
Wonderful. That is so great to hear. And we're continuing to add courses all the time, so please keep checking back because this is a great way to get new and exciting information. All right, so first I'm going to talk about our BCABA and QASPS pathways. You'll notice we have two distinct pathways for our verified course sequence at UCSB PACE, and it's for slightly different career paths. So our BCABA track is going to be certified by the Board of Behavior Analysis Certification Board. You'll be a board certified assistant behavior analyst. If you want to pursue this track, this is primarily for students who are in the United States and Canada. A couple of our other countries are still upholding the certificate, but most of our international students will probably want to seek the QBA, QABA certification track, which I'll discuss in a moment. So our BCABA track would be for those who have already obtained a bachelor's degree or are starting to earn that degree now. You want to take 6 of our courses. You want to complete your 225 coursework hours, request your attestation, accrue your supervision, supervised fieldwork hours, and then pass the exam. So remember that UCSB is not going to be able to provide you with this certification, but we do have the coursework hours, which is a very big part of that certification, and something that you can continue to use on your path. So again, for our international students, the QABA track is probably going to be more aligned with what you need in your area. The congruent certification is the QASPS. So this is a Qualified Autism Service Practitioner Supervisor. Very similarly, you have to complete 188 pre-approved coursework hours, which you can do at UCSB PACE. You want to accrue 1,000 supervised fieldwork hours, receive your professional recommendation with a background attestation, complete your competencies worksheet, and then pass the exam. While this is a really wonderful program for our international students, this is also a great option for students in the United States and surrounding areas as well. So growing more and more, we have different states who are continuing to recognize these QABA certifications, and these are a little bit easier to obtain in terms of hours. It'll take you a little shorter amount of time, and you're able to just do the same types of activities. So it's another great alternative. For more about either of these certifications, we have the links for you at the bottom here. Make sure you're always checking back because these certifications do change and get updated over time by their certification board, so it's important to double check. Here are our courses at UCSB PACE. You will notice that we don't have every one of these courses offered every quarter. That's because these are not fully self-paced asynchronous classes. These are the ones that our instructors are teaching. Each week you get new updates, you get lectures, you get homework. So you'll be able to take them at your own time, but they are run over a 10-week quarter. So the fall quarter, winter, spring, and then summer. So summer is what is coming up for us right now. You will notice for this track, we only have the 2 courses available. This is, well, 1 course for both tracks available. This is 315, the Philosophical Underpinnings, Concepts, and Principles, which is actually what I'm teaching this quarter. So I hope to see you there. This is a great starter course for our course, verified course sequence. You can, of course, take these in any order, but this is one of our basic kind of intros to ABA, so it's a really good starting place. All right, so next we're going to talk about our BCBA and QBA pathways. Once again, these are 2 very, very similar certification paths with a slightly different course sequence required. Here is another video we can watch about QBA certification.
My name is Dimitriou. I'm a doctor. I'm a developmental pediatrician. And here in UCSB, we will be offering you a QBA training program that will lead you up to the certification that you so much want to achieve. What is QBA? It's Qualified Behavior Analyst. It's what BCBA used to be.
The flexibility of our program allows you to attend and participate at the convenient time for you.
Our supervision can be offered in multiple languages, is very flexible and versatile, and can also be given in your time zone. We're here to provide you with the proper training and also give you our experience on the field internationally, online or on-site live. The way to do it, you choose, but we're here for you.
All right, so our track, BCBA is the Board Certified Behavior Analyst. Once again, this is by the BACB certification. This is a slightly different path than our BCABA. So students in this pathway must have a master's degree or higher. That master's can currently be in any field, but the BACB is coming out with some slightly different changes where over time we're going to have to shift that. So if you are not in a science-related field at the moment with the master's and you want to pursue a BCBA, now is a great time to get involved. Make sure that you get that test taken quickly so that you're not stuck taking a different master's later. So for this course, you have to complete 7 courses with a C or better, so that's 315 coursework hours. We will, of course, request a coursework attestation, and then you have an increased number of supervised fieldwork hours. So for the BCBA, that is 2,000 as compared to the 1,300 for the BCABA track. Of course, you still need to pass that exam administered by the BACB, very similar exam to the BCABA, in order to get your certification. The QBA track for a qualified behavior analyst is very, very similar. So again, you'll have to have obtained a graduate degree, so a master's degree or higher in any field, or are concurrently earning that program or that degree. You'll need to complete the same 7 courses with a grade of C or better. This will be a total of 270 pre-approved coursework hours. You will only need to accrue 1,500 supervised fieldwork hours, which is a big difference from 2,000. That extra 25% really takes some time. So if you are considering the QBA track and you want to get into a career quicker, this might be a great way for you. You will continue to need a professional recommendation and background attestation, and then to complete that QBA competencies worksheet and the exam. Again, for more information, please feel free to look at either website from the certification board so you can get more up-to-date, totally current information. But keep in mind that both of these tracks are, again, really helpful, really successful ways to get into a career in ABA, and you can use them anywhere. Here are our courses for both tracks. We do have a little bit more offerings in the summer for these courses, primarily because we have these 2 optional programs for our BCBA and QBA track. I will talk a little bit more about those in the coming slides, but just keep in mind those supervision and study prep programs are always available to you. We also have what's called the ABA Competency Course, which again we'll go over in just a few slides, but that's offered every quarter because it is a quick course that you can take just to ensure that you are ready to sit for your exam. In addition, in the summer, we're going to be offering single case experimental design and the cognitive development in autism and other severe disabilities courses. Pricing is always a question I get from all of my students, especially when we have prospective students. They want to know how much will it cost. UCSB PACE is a very affordable program, primarily because we are online. It allows you more flexibility. It allows a little bit more flexibility in courses. You can take them 1 at a time. You can take them 2 at once. So you can really determine how much you want to pay each quarter by deciding how many classes you're going to take. So for our public and international students and our UCSB students, it'll be right around $1,000 total for those individual courses, the certificate release fee and the competency course. We have our other optional courses as well. You can continue to add those on for as many quarters as you need. Some things like the study prep course, for example, would be a one-time, and then supervision would be you could take it every course or, every quarter or as you need. Please don't forget, any UCSB students, existing students, there's a 25% discount. So keep that in mind if this is something you want to pursue. This is a great thing to do while you are still a student and get that discount. So our optional supplements, we talked a little bit about supervision. A lot of students, when we're coming from a virtual setting into a new school, want to know how supervision will work. This course is devised, again, to be totally online. So this is a really unusual and really cool way to get supervision if you don't have a lot of BCBAs in your area. When I was working as a supervisor, I've had students across many, many different countries, time zones, and it's always been really unique and interesting to get to see different perspectives on ABA in their area. This is a great option for those of you who might be pursuing a career in ABA but don't work at an agency right now. I've had many teachers come through my program, and this is a really great way for them to get supervision because they don't necessarily have a BCBA on staff with them to provide supervision at work. So they're able to get a lot of this work done and continue to have video supervision. So video supervision typically means that you need to get waiver signs so that you can have videos of your clients, yourself working with students or other people applying ABA principles. We can help you to find and connect with other students in different areas or different clients that are in need of support. We have a lot of different instructors that are available in different time zones and, of course, speak multiple languages that can help to serve your needs. And generally, I find that virtual supervision is a great, great option. It's a mix of group assignments and one-to-one meetings. You'll typically set just your individual meetings with your instructor will be ongoing. Like I said, you need a lot of hours for any of these certifications. So this will take you at least 1 year, if not 2, if you're going to go for the BCBA and QBA track, that higher number of supervision hours. So keep in mind that this is someone that you're going to be able to develop a great relationship with. They can act as your mentor and they can really help you not only with some of the techniques and terminology that we use in our courses, but with the application in real life scenarios. Next up, we're going to talk about the Competency Course. So the Competency Course is a relatively new addition at UCSB PACE. We've been doing this for a little over a year now, and it's really been something that's we've had a lot of success with and students have really enjoyed. So the Competency Course is a course designed to ensure that you are demonstrating mastery of your task list material with cumulative assessments to prepare you for the big exam. The idea is that you take this course at the very end of your time at UCSB, either after you've completed all your other courses or at the same time as your final course. In this course, instead of having different lectures each week and different homework assignments, this is a pass or fail course only, where you're going to take a series of exams. So 2 half-length mock exams, approximately 2 hours each, and then one full-length 4-hour mock exam. Your idea is to get 80% or better on all of these exams. You can continue to retake them. We have optional homework assignments or other activities you can do to prepare. We have discussions about how best to study. And you, of course, have access to your instructor via email or through office hours so that you can get your questions answered. After you're able to complete mastery on all 3 of those areas, there's an oral competency exam with your instructor. This is about 15 to 20 minutes. I'm doing a lot of them with my students this week as we're just wrapping up our spring quarter. And it's a verbal review of 5 random questions from the Test Content Outline 6th edition, which for anyone following along is the new version of the BACB's task list. We can also do this with the QBA standards. Did you have another? Yeah.
Yes, I was just going to say, this is, even though we talk about the 6th edition, this competency course is also highly recommended for our students seeking the QBA exam because in terms of the exam content, it's very similar. And the way the exams are written is also very similar.
Yes, I have a few students who were following the QBA content as well. I will say that the task lists are very, very similar, so it's really important to review, and it's a great way to get those test questions and test practice in. For our BCBA track, this is only for our students who are going to take the BCBA exam. There is a partnership we have with the CBA learning modules and behavior development solutions. And this is a learning module series, a subscription-based platform that will help you to also prepare for the exam. These modules are your weekly assignments. They're posted as homework on Canvas, and you'll use them in every course that you have throughout the course sequence. You'll find all the assignments in the course syllabus, and you'll notice that there are just a ton of modules in this program. I completed these modules when I was in grad school. They've been around a very long time, and they have a really wonderful pass rate. So as an exam prep tool, BDS has a 98.5% pass rate, which is incredibly high, boasting a money-back guarantee if you don't pass the exam after completing the series. So most students tell us that these are the only study tools you need. If you can pass all these modules to 100% or 80% or better, you're in a very good standing. So the nice thing is we provide credit based on your score and you can retake the modules. So I always tell students if you want a really high grade in the class, I would go through and take each module once and then go back and continue to retake until you're able to get the score you want. Another optional program supplement. This one, a lot of students don't necessarily know about. We've had it for a while, but this is called our study prep program. So this is designed for any students. You do not have to be a UCSB student to take this course. So if you have friends who are preparing for the exam, coworkers, anyone you may know, or if you're coming back to this course after maybe you've completed your VCS a long time ago, this is a 6-week course that is designed just to prep you for that BCBA or QBA exam. So this is going to be 4 live weekly lectures, which is unusual. This means it's a Zoom meeting, just like our meeting today. You can pause, you can ask questions, you can pick the brain of the BCBA who's helping you and studying with you. It's a really wonderful place to be in. And it's a very small cohort, so very few students. You get a lot of one-to-one time with the instructor. We have a pre-test, a full-length mock exam, and a post-test so that you can see how much you've learned in that 6-week course. We have pre-recorded mini lessons with 10 to 15-minute topics so that you can go back and review if that's helpful. There are, again, optional homework tasks to support your exam study because this is not a graded course. This is a pass or fail, and this is one, if you really wanted to take it repeatedly, you could, because you can make it a little different each time. And then, of course, we have our live discussion boards to discuss and study with your small cohort. So again, this is another really great optional course for students who have taken the course sequence with us or who have not. And this might be a good way to prepare for the exam, even if it's been a while since you've been in school. We also offer free quarterly webinars. This is a great way to get your CEUs. I know I always like to attend and get my CEUs this way. Once again, you can share this with friends, family, coworkers, anyone you know who is interested in these topics. You do not have to be a BCBA to be interested in these topics. We have a lot of parents, people who work in helping professions. We have family members who like to join, and we have some really great topics. So in general, tips for success, a lot of students who are coming to a virtual program have not been in virtual courses before or are maybe returning to the education side of things after a while outside of school. So I will say in order to succeed in a virtual course, you want to use the same tools that you would use if you were in a traditional classroom. You want to make sure you set calendar reminders, especially if you're in a different time zone. Make sure that you've got all of your due dates and all of your time zones set ahead of time. There's no need to turn in assignments at 2 a.m. You're welcome to always turn them in ahead or talk to your instructor if there's anything that needs to be adjusted. You want to make sure that you're scheduling time weekly to review your course content and complete assignments. I always tell students, pick a time that's easy for you. If that's morning, if that's evening, if that's a weekend, if that's a weekday, set yourself at least a few hours so that you can regularly know, okay, this is when I do my readings, this is when I take my quizzes, this is when I respond to my assignments. I find that students that make it a regular habit are better able to get those assignments in on time. Your instructors will also have office hour sessions live. That's a really great way to ask questions in real time. I always say my inbox gets flooded, but if you come to office hours, I can answer you in just 2 seconds. It's the quickest response time you'll ever have. So make sure that if you want to have more in-depth discussions, if you have any questions about big picture career topics, office hours is a great place to ask those. I would say if you're going to be an A+ student, one thing you want to do is to make sure you complete your readings ahead of your lecture. A lot of people want to start with the lecture, but if you've completed your readings ahead, you've primed yourself with that material and given yourself an idea of what is coming, and it can really help deepen your understanding. When you're watching the lecture video, some great things we have as a virtual course. You can pause and rewind as many times as you like. So if you're taking notes, if you're not sure what someone said, if you think, oh, I think Savannah talked about this earlier in the lecture, use that pause button. It's really helpful. We also have captions that you can look through if you're just trying to read it, maybe without listening, or if you want to translate to another language, that's also a handy, helpful thing as well. And then preparing all of our, make sure you have all your materials prepared before the quiz begins. Make sure you've reviewed your notes, your textbook, and you've got everything at hand so that when you're taking that quiz, you'll know just where to look. So some perks of our program, we've talked about these already, but our classes are virtual and asynchronous, which allows students to set their own schedule. Our typical classes, you don't view all 10 weeks of content at once. It goes 1 week at a time, but you still are allowed to set whatever time you need and whatever time is important to you to work on your assignments. You have great seasoned instructors with real industry experience and diverse backgrounds. Those instructors are available via email, live weekly office hour sections, or by appointment for one-to-one support. We have our quarterly webinars on a variety of current topics offered free to all students. And if you don't have a supervisor, that is no problem. At UCSB PACE, we have our standalone supervision course open to students who need support fulfilling those hours, either for 1 or 2 quarters or for the entire time that you fulfill your supervised experience work. We, of course, also offer support in passing the big exam through our competency course and the optional study prep course that will allow students opportunities to hone your test-taking skills. All right. Any questions today, Dr. Kim?
I think we did a great job covering all the content, Savannah. Thank you so much.